super all dolled up. And the thing about it is that when they had this thing um, where people were cooking, they had all these guests coming in, right? And people were all dressed. Guests were coming for dinner, and they were in the kitchen with like potatoes that were just peeled and just cooking dinner. I'm like, okay, now who set this up? Okay, something's wrong with the scene. You don't wait until the people get to your house and then be cooking. The food should be already done. I mean, who's going to sit around and wait that long time to cook all that food that they had in the kitchen? It's like, okay, this scene, they should have had some stuff already cooked up there. But anyway, it was nice, and I hope yours was fabulous, that you and your friends and family gathered and had a good time and all that good stuff that came along with it. So, now what about that? Was my Thanksgiving story. It wasn't nothing exciting, you know. So I tried to have a glass of wine. It didn't work too well. I probably had one, but I was able to have a glass of wine the next day. So I had a little fun on Diamond Talk with it. So if you want to know what it is, you got to check that out yourself. Maybe you won't get it, maybe you will. But anyway, so now the shopping season is on, and we got a lot of craziness out there on the road. And I know all of you guys can identify with this and know exactly what I'm talking about. And that is these drivers. What is going on? Do people say, okay, put on a holiday, what they say, put on your gambling face, put on your game face? It must be a driving face. It must be something in the atmosphere that makes people think that they can just do the stupidest things. Here you are trying not to get in the accident because that's the last thing you want to do, right? You got 50 million things to do. You got kids in the back of your car. Are you going to see kids? Are you going? Something is happening. And the last thing you need is to get into an accident on top of it. Just forget about it. Just forget about it. Because it's the worst. But you have these drivers out here that don't care. They don't care. The young ones. You got the youngins. The youngins out there just got their driver's license out of a Cracker Jack box. Just boom, boom, boom. No sense of anything. Then you have the ones that are in a rush. Then you have the ones that are not paying attention. Then you have the ones that are texting, that are on the internet. And then you have the ones that are just plain aggravated because they're stuck in traffic. It's called road rage. So here's some tips for dealing with some road rage. In case you feel like you're getting yourself a little uptight. I know I'm getting uptight. So what I do is try not to be on the road. There are peak times to be on the road that you don't have to deal with as much road rage during the week. If you can get out any time after 9:30, and it doesn't matter where you are, okay? Doesn't matter what state. If you get out anytime after 9:30, because I tried this. I'm a military wife, so I've lived in a couple of states. Anytime after 9:30, from 9:30 to, let's say, about 11 o'clock. Because then after 11 o'clock, you got the rush hour coming in for lunch, After that calms down, maybe about 2:30, maybe about 2 to probably about 4. You got a small window in there that you can actually get some things done without as much stress. And then there's always the 8 o'clock traffic, non-traffic, because then everyone's home. The few people you do out see is shopping. And then the weekends is just crazy. Saturday, Sunday, you don't know who you're going to see on the road. So, try to get what you got to get done before then. Okay, now these are the road rage statistics. Okay, the following statistics compiled from the NHTSA, which is the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, and the Auto Vantage Auto Club show that aggressive driving and road rage are causing serious problems on our road. Hello? Is this just being realized? Okay, 66% of traffic fatalities are caused by aggressive driving. 37% of aggressive driving in, driving incidents involve a firearm. Wow. Males under the age of 19 are most likely to exhibit road rage. That's because they're trying to be cool, and you messing up their stuff. When actually they're messing up their own stuff. But in their eyes, you're messing up their stuff. So, they got the cool thing going on. They're just, they're just kind of stupid right now. That's the best. That's the best definition I can think of. Okay, half of drivers who are on the receiving end of an aggressive behavior, such as horn honking and rude gesture or tailgating, admit to responding with aggressive behavior themselves. Over a 7-year period, 218 murders and 12,610 injuries were attributed to road rage. One scary statistic worth noting is 2% of the drivers admit to trying to run an aggressor off the road. Okay, here's a quiz to find out if you have road rage, which you should know. Okay, you may think it only happens to other people, but the truth is many of you are guilty of aggressive behavior on the road. Ask yourself these questions and answer them honestly. Do you regularly drive over the speed limit or try to beat the red light because you're in a hurry? Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out. Do you tailgate or flash the headlights at a driver in front of you that you believe is driving too slowly? No, I don't do that. Do you honk the horn often? No, I don't do that. Do you ever use obscene gestures or otherwise communicate angrily with other drivers? Not really. I mean, you just kind of look at them. This one thing. Pull up to the side, especially if they try to get that red light and they do all this other extra stuff and they still end up at the red light and you still end up right next to them. Just calmly turn around and look at them. They're not going to look at you. They're not going to look at you. And if they do look at you, be prepared for a finger or something coming up. But I think that's just the best one. That was an article from Dean and Draper. So I had to play that. I had to do that. So we're gonna go to our TEDx talk with Katia. Her name is, you know what? I just had her up and I just lost her already. Her name is Katia, and she's going to be talking about attitude for gratitude from on TEDx Talks. Um, right after we listen to some Trace with his song Lullaby. I will be right back with you. Let's go with Man. Here we go. Wrong one.
The microphone's on and the lights are all lit, and I'm waiting outside with my hands and broke fingers. I'm looking at a man, gilded and bronzed on stone, and he is looking out to the sea as it seems as the salt water sprays in his eyes but won't blink. I suppose he has bigger problems to worry about. And he is determined as the sunlight is warm. He spends all of his time watching the waves come crash forth. I wonder if he's waiting for someone he knows. the place that I was, my brain jittering from the memories of a man just like doves from the wedding that he most likely had on a cliff near the sea. After many, many years I put on, I still wonder if that man ever got what he wanted, and if he took the high road, then I most definitely took the low road.
No, that's not something going on with your audio. We got to get to TED Talks. We'll be back with Trace.
I'm feeling really grateful. I'm grateful to be here sharing this conference with you today. Grateful to have the opportunity to present. Grateful to have some friends in the audience, friendly faces. Grateful for Madrone Studios, this amazing creative space in the city. All the innovative things that are happening here, the fantastic production team. Just feel really grateful to be alive. As Adil really beautifully introduced, I work with the Ecology of Leadership program at the Regenerative Design Institute in Bolinas. This program was founded by James Stark and Christopher Kunsch, and I'd like to give a little shout out to them. James is in India right now giving a Tedx talk. Flew all the way around the world, so it's pretty cool that I'm doing this here. And Christopher's at the Northern California Permaculture Convergence. So it's just amazing how these seeds are going out all over the world. And what we specialize in is inner permaculture. So RDI has a bunch of programs that are doing the kinds of things you've heard about today, learning about gray water systems and permaculture design and reskilling and all the different practices that we're hearing on the outer level. But what we like to look at is what happens if we take a look at our inner garden. So what are the shifts that need to happen on an inner level that then will create the possibility for transformation on an outer level that we really want to see in our own lives, in our communities, and in the world. So in my presentation today, I'm going to focus on what we call a deceptively simple but profoundly transformative practice, which is gratitude. Now, I'd like you to just imagine for a moment, what would it be like to live in a city founded upon the principle of gratitude? What would it be like if you woke up in the morning and the first thought that came to your mind was, wow, I'm just so grateful to have another day to be alive? What would it be like if, as you left the house in the morning, first person that you ran into, maybe it's your bus driver, maybe it's the barista at the local coffee shop, you're like, wow, I'm so grateful for you. I just love the way that you make those little designs on my coffee. It makes me really happy every morning. Imagine as if we went to the workplace and you talk to your colleagues and you express your gratitude. Just take that extra moment to be like, I really, really am grateful for the work that you're doing. Really grateful to work in this company. Really grateful to your employees, your employer. Get home from work at the end of a long day and express your gratitude to your spouse, your partner, your housemate. Go to bed at night with this feeling of gratitude. What would it be like if we lived in a city founded upon gratitude? Now, some might say that we actually do live in a culture that is based on gratitude. So the First Nations or indigenous peoples of this land, which I've had the fortune of working with around the world, practice Thanksgiving on a regular basis. And there's something called a Thanksgiving address. This is a poster of it that I have in my home. And it talks about all the different aspects of creation that we're grateful for, ranging from the earth to the waters, to the fish, to the trees, the plants, the sun, the moon. And so as we ponder this, idea of dwelling in gratitude,